Last podcast on the left is all about the facts. So when Southern New Hampshire University came on as a sponsor, it was time to do some research. Turns out they offer more than 200 online degree programs, and get this, criminal justice and psychology are some of the most popular. Classes have no set meeting times, and tuition rates are some of the lowest in the U.S. Want to learn even more about SNHU? Visit snhu.edu/last. Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your glade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories. Yes.
Sucking down a Starbucks, having a nice time.
I mean, I don't mean to cross streams against Spring Hill Jack.
No, please don't. Spring Hill Jack is fantastic.
I have today's episode. I don't even know what to do with myself today. I don't know what to do with myself.
Put your clothes on.
That's what I did.
Brush your teeth.
That's what I did.
Comb your back hair.
Nope. Let that go.
Let that go.
Let
Let
it
that
be wild. Joker's wild.
I would love to see you on a motorcycle shirtless as your back hair just furls in the wind.
I did recently ask Amber Nelson
Yes.
if I should trim it back. And she said no.
Your back hair?
Yeah.
No, it would itch.
Well,
Oh,
no,
my
not
God.
shave, but like just kind of shape it.
No, just leave it.
Have you seen how 3D it gets to the side?
I've seen it.
But we're not talking about my unidentified system of back hair.
It's very identified. This is Side Stories. I'm Ben hanging out with Henry.
You better be. I'm at a loss right before we recorded.
You're at a loss for words?
I am.
Which
Which is bad. Yeah, it's bad for us. It's bad for our jobs. But we just had a bombshell news story in the UFO/UAP information scope that just landed on my lap. Marcus and I then had like a super kind of vaguely frightening conversation about it this morning.
Why was it frightening?
It makes me feel discomforted.
Why?
Because, this is the type of thing that you'd think truly, in many ways, I am thrilled that this information is coming down the
We'll
pipe.
get to the info in a second.
But in many ways,
this is everything you've ever wanted.
But you know what I noticed? But you know what they said to the man who got everything he ever wanted?
What?
Now you can live happily ever after.
Sure.
It's not true.
Why not?
Makes
Okay,
things
that's a myth.
extremely complicated.
That is such a myth. Money doesn't buy happiness. It scientifically
I'm
has
not
been
talking-
proven that it does. If you do have everything that you want, your life is better than if you have nothing that you want.
There is
I don't
no-
care. We're not pretending.
Kissel, honest, no. And this is not what I'm talking about. There's no money in disclosure.
Okay.
All right, not when soft disclosure slowly becoming more erect into hard disclosure, which is what we're talking about here.
Disclosure's been looking at some hardcore smut.
I'm just saying that everything's going to change. Is
Okay.
what this information means, right? If hard disclosure of the nature of UFOs is real,
I know.
everything's going to change in a way that we don't really know what is going to be included in that.
Well, let's just hop right into what this former intelligence officer had to say.
Now, this comes from the debrief, but now it's getting picked up by New York Magazine. It got picked up by WAPO was going to pick it up, but they said that they're still researching it. And
also the debrief, a great name for a porn site that the UFO might like to look at.
I don't think they're sexual.
Oh, they are.
You
turned me into a pirate. They are.
I think a lot of times what they do to us just is sexual to us because our holes are connected to those feelings. And they just look at them as holes.
I think every biological creature likes to have sex.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like they might be mechanical in nature. So
Okay.
this is from the debrief. Intelligence officials say U.S. has retrieved craft of non-human origin. Now, the reason why this story has any form of legs is because, number one, is being put together by the reporters Leslie Keane and Ralph Blumenthal, who were the ones that blew open the cover to the in December 2017, the original disclosure
The Tic Tac
movement.
video.
Yes, the Tic Tac
Got
video.
you.
Lou Elizondo. The same guy's putting this together, and they have gotten a hold of this story by a man that was a decorated former combat officer by the name of David Grush. He's 36 years.
Say it correctly. It's David Charles Grosh.
It's Grush.
And I will say this, 36 years old, looks to be around 45, but that's typical for a ufologist or someone accidentally turned into a ufologist. But as far as ufologists go, he's an 11 out of 10.
He's fine. He's fine so far.
He looks trustworthy. He's holding it. He has a picture next to all of his pins and all of his lanyards. You love lanyards. I'm surprised you didn't join the military, given your love of lanyard.
It's a lot of other things into it. I'm not big on pull-ups. I like to choose what I eat. I like to choose when I go to sleep.
Right.
I don't like making my bed. These are all things that you get beaten for with soap and socks. They beat you all night. Be like the Gomer Pyle in Full Metal Jacket.
It is the making the bed thing. But nonetheless, why does this matter? It's because for the very reason this man is disciplined.
Let me unpack this.
Unpack it.
So David Charles Grush, he's a decorated former combat officer in Afghanistan. He's a veteran of a thing called the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. Don't know what that is, called the NGA. And another thing called the National Reconnaissance Office, the NRO. Now, what my little bit of research shat out was that both of these places are, so, we know the big ones.
Sure.
NSA, CIA,
FBI.
We know these ones. Even the DIA very rarely see that acronym.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And of course, that stands for Federal Booby Inspector.
That is, we kept trying to switch it. But we kept being like, I could tell what a booby shape is just with my hands and eyes.
Yes, and then J. Edgar Hoover was like, can it be Federal Ball Inspector, please?
But these guys, the National Reconnaissance Office is one of those places that provides material data and intelligence to the Air Force. And these are places that are secrets within secrets. So these are extremely densely covered intelligence agencies within many different layers of intelligence agencies.
So we're talking the people that work within this office don't know what the person in the office door next to them does.
No idea.
Which, of course, is why people look at like Lou Elizondo and be like, weren't you just a glorified janitor? How do you know all of this? But then at the same time, perhaps they do sprinkle information onto someone like a Lou.
Well, Lou was,
who knows?
What you discover? Even people, Fernando, you work here. People who work for people, you work in these environments, you pick shit up, right?
Sure.
And you hear and listen. But this guy was not that. This guy was the National Reconnaissance Office's representative to the UAP task force from 2019 to 2021. His job was to go and take the data that he would then give to the Air Force in terms of it's about space materials and foreign interference in our airspace and in our war space, wherever we consider sacred airspace.
So this is unique because this was actually his job. This is not a peripheral person. No. This is what his job was to go collect space trash.
It's on his resume.
Yes.
He has been bona fide by many different people. Carl E. Neal, a recently retired Army colonel, he has said that he characterizes Grush as quote-unquote beyond reproach. Christopher Mellon, that was another guy that has been a big name in the UFO world, who's been asking for more transparency. He worked for the U.S. intelligence community for 20 years. He was the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence. He also says this guy knows exactly what it is that he's talking about. And what this guy has come what he's come forward and saying is that there are hidden groups within groups that are either civilian or black budget government groups that they're outside the realm of the executive branch of the government, and they have in their hands some form of UFO, what they call exotic material. They believe there are partial parts of something and that there are possible whole intact machines.
Or it's just a tuft of Joe Exotic's pubic hair. This is according to Christopher Mellon. A number of well-placed current and former officials have shared detailed information regarding this alleged program, including insights into the history, governing documents, and the location where a craft was allegedly abandoned and recovered. He goes on to say, obviously, it's a delicate matter. So that's fascinating.
Well, the issue is that Grush has been going from within the government and complaining. He is saying he has put out these things, several notifications.
Squeaky wheel, because the squeaky wheel, yes, it does get the lube, but it also gets replaced.
It does.
Keith Raniere said that.
He does. Wow, and I love when our basis of wisdom, our management style, really comes from Keith Raniere. Grush is formally complaining to his bosses that he's tattletaling. He's doing the thing. He's a true whistleblower because there's new rules.
He's a whistleblower.
There's new rules for protection of whistleblowers
Yes.
within the government that he's basically trying to take advantage of and say, like, now you're going to protect me. I am trying to tell Congress that there are secret, basically reconnaissance offices, these weird parts of the government that go out, find crash material since Roswell. It started with Roswell, and they are bringing them in, and they do not want any congressional oversight. They're doing it without anybody knowing what's going on. And he is saying someone's going to come and check this out. And what I think this is pointing to is that for a period of time, the U.S. government made a big deal, that disclosure, talking about aliens and saying that it's whatever this is, because they're still just calling it exotic material.
Well,
they're saying that it could not be, whatever it is that they have, literally physically could not be made on the planet Earth, and that it operates in a way that we do not understand.
and back to that point, Henry, this is bona fide. This was Grush prepared many briefs for this to give to the government. It's FY 2023 National Defense Authorization Act that's spearheaded by Kirsten Gillibrand, who we don't like, and Marco Rubio, who we also don't like. And it was signed into law by President Biden, which basically states that any person with relevant UAP information can come forward without retaliation
Yes.
to Congress. So this is like legislation.
Yes, but Grush is
Interesting.
saying that he did receive, quote unquote, unofficial retaliation from within his own groups.
Limited snacks.
I must have been.
What was the retaliation?
I honestly think maybe he wasn't allowed to go, like, watch the triangle spin around and go try to fix the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know what they were going to do with the material.
Fix the Super Bowl.
Who fucking knows?
What?
But this is what he's coming out and saying is that there's a Cold War that is happening across the world.
Crazy.
That is a giant race to recover and retroactively work on this material to create technology for human beings.
Right.
And that the intelligence community, or certain parts of the intelligence community, are trying to keep it from congressional oversight. But I think what this shows is what I was saying before. The Congress, originally the U.S. government, did not believe the United States of America. I mean, people as a whole could handle this type of news about hard disclosure.
Right.
But I think we're really starting to see is a little bit of kind of what we talk about with JFK. Conspiracy theories work on small scales. So you have these private contractors or fringe elements from the U.S. government that are part of their jobs are to go and pick up all this weird shit and put it in a hangar.
Yeah.
And they've been given multiple millions of dollars to kind of figure out what this shit does, and none of it works, right? So you have these contractors. This is me extrapolating. They're looking at this shit. They're like, I don't want to go talk to Marco Rubio today about this.
No,
I
I'm
don't
good.
want to go and speak to these people because I think the intelligence community at this point distrust the government more than they distrust us. I
Well,
feel
there's
like
a
the
lot of
idea
distrust all around, isn't there?
absolutely giving this information to some moron like Marjorie Taylor Greene. These people are literally looking to sell this information to other countries. They're looking to betray us. They want to do it. They're excited to do it.
Well-
and then there are people on the other side who are trying to use this information. But what he's trying to come out and say is that we need to acknowledge this massive Cold War that has happened between us and China and Russia and India and France and Great Britain, which is all real, all searching for this shit at the same time. Because maybe if we all kind of put this up to light, then we can all kind of come together as a group and talk about what this material is. Because the intelligence community,
very Stephen Greer positive.
he's an asshole. It is incorrect. Because that is an incorrect thing.
Okay.
But this is not Stephen Greer. Stephen Greer is the opposite. He thinks he's just trying to make money for his basically
think this is
podiatry from the future.
Well, so you have a theory, though, perhaps this will bring the nations together.
It will not. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying
It
that
might.
that's Grush's idea, that this is what we're trying to keep from the United States people. But I am saying what this is illustrating is the distrust within the communities
Yes.
to want anybody involved with anything that's going on.
And you know what? You've got your UFO vans popping. I love it. I love it.
It's
This
just
is
real.
exciting.
It's just-
So in July of 2021, that's when Grush, he provided this classified information. Now, again, there was a bunch of retaliation after that towards him. And then July of 2022, just 1 year later, the Intelligence Community Inspector General found his complaint credible and interesting, urgent.
Yeah, no, it's real.
Which is fast. So in a 1 year turnaround. So Grush is like, getting farted on
Yes,
in the office.
everything.
And then 12 months
yeah,
later,
wedgied, you're all come by, the flat tire in him and shit.
12 months later, he is literally one of the most respected voices on disclosure up to this point in human history.
We're going to find out. Obviously, a lot's
really
going
interesting.
to come out of this. there's something to this. I really feel like that we're seeing a massive cultural shift where the people of planet Earth are into the concept. We get it now. Like, we are looking for this information. We want to know whether or not we are alone. Will everything be different after this information comes out? Maybe. Things might shift in a way that we don't understand, which is what makes me nervous, right?
The one thing is the power of our jelly. We do adapt.
We do.
I swear to God, we will just
we'll just roll on. We'll just fold them in.
It'll just be folded in.
But interesting. What makes me, but a part of me that, it just, I guess I get really hesitant because you watch it, and obviously you can't trust any of these people. And when I was a young man, I completely wanted full-on, hard, up my ass disclosure. I want it in my mouth. I want it all over my face.
Buddy.
I want all the disclosure. But now I'm starting
debrief.
But now I'm kind of seeing, like, in a way, because obviously once I got hired by the CIA, I actually understood a lot more about the inside, the inner workings of it.
Joke that does make me slightly convinced that
no,
you are CIA.
I've been working for years. Honestly, they're great.
Yeah,
I love snacks. Mm-hmm. It's incredible.
You don't gotta put the dollar into the machine. You just hit the button.
You hit the button. It just comes right out.
It's part of the Pentagon. Yeah, but we pay $30 per bag of chips.
Yeah, but somebody else says we don't. But this concept of the intelligence officers, like, because this is the problem, right? Intelligence community, they think they know. They think they always know what's best for the entire world because they say they have all of this data, blah blah blah. Even though they still kind of have to suss it out and analyze it, and they probably don't always know what's best.
May I ask? Is it simple jealousy that you're not opening the gift?
No, I don't
Is
care.
it because you're not the one who is going to be seeing this thing first? Because it's going to be used.
No, I want somebody else to check it out before I want it to be pretty vetted before I'm handling it. But I wonder if, we talk about this puts together a lot of hanging strings.
Yeah, it does.
So maybe it's true. Maybe with people say the triangle UFOs that we're seeing, because there's a lot of people saying they think that it is U.S. government material. What if we got one thing that goes up and down, left and right, and swirls around? It can do a bunch of weird shit. We put a frame on it so that humans can sit on it and within it. And then that's all we got. We got this thing, and we don't know what it is. So the intelligence agencies are also sitting there having blown all of this money, and they're sitting on all of these secrets that they don't know what the fuck to do with because it's just a glowing thing sitting in a hangar. And so they're afraid to talk to anybody because everyone's going to get their fucking heads chopped off. And then the U.S. government can't fucking be trusted with the information either.
Well, from a national security perspective, obviously want to hold this close to the chest. And then from a national conspiracy perspective, you probably want to hold it close to the chest as well.
It's on all levels. Then why are you telling me? Then it's also the other side, because I also don't trust a single fucking word that comes from the intelligence community. So Grush is out there, in my estimation, you're telling me what I'm supposed to be knowing.
You don't trust Christopher Mellon?
I don't trust Christopher Mellon. I don't trust anybody. I honestly have a hard time trusting you if you live in Virginia. Never mind anybody who's close to Washington, D.C.
Christopher Mellon looks like if Gary Johnson never smoked weed.
Oh, man, a sad day. But how could you trust Grush? He's been hand-trained by all of these people. So it comes down to, I feel like this is just how they want us to how they want us to know is by doing it this way, by slowly but keeping constantly kind of softly letting it out that we have shit that we don't know what it is, but because the problem is that China has it too, and they probably are pretending like they know what it is, and they know what to do with it.
I'm happy to be here to support you during this mental breakdown.
God, I just think it's complicated.
So according to Mellon, he says this is unprecedented oversight challenge for the committees, but then he does make a blatant lie. He says, but I believe we have leaders in Congress who are up to the task.
Absolutely not. Who do you look at? Who do you go? You go to Congress. Who's the one that you're like, you're the go-to guy. You're my go-to guy.
They're wearing Van Zant's headbands. He had cancer.
I wouldn't trust any one of them with my fucking laundry. Yeah. Never mind, we're going to fucking give them the secrets of the universe. They don't know what the fuck to do with it. We're covering the Manhattan Project. The whole basis. Oh, man, I do need...
Actually, that's a really good...
Pan flutes, honestly, are extremely necessary.
That was really needed. That was really needed. That vein was about to pop, bro. I was about to get blood all over my face.
I know. This is a transitional period for us all.
Yep.
And that's why I, too... Henry Zabrowski, have to seek a little peace and quiet.
You do, actually.
And that's why I have to thank Smith & Wesson.
Smith & Wesson, that's good.
I really have to thank that because just cleaning a gun puts me to sleep at night.
Live from your grave.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. It's so important to remember with the busyness of the holidays, every holiday, Arbor Day, that day about the planet, President's Day. There's so many things to adapt to in this life, and it doesn't follow a perfect plan. God, ruins the whole weekend. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, it can be a space to pause, reevaluate, and adjust to any unexpected changes. With over 30,000 therapists worldwide, BetterHelp is one of the leading online therapy platforms, having served millions of people globally. BetterHelp makes it easier to fit therapy into your routine. You're in good hands, too. BetterHelp therapists have at least 3 years and 1,000 hours of hands-on experience, and hold all required education, training, and certifications. It's easy to do, and the help is better over there. You don't have to navigate life's changes alone. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lastpod. That's betterhelp.com/lastpod. Summer means freedom. And for adults, summer means work next to freedom. But thanks to Mint Mobile's summer sale, it can almost feel like the work is playtime for the adults. Right now, all of Mint's plans are $15 per month, even unlimited. Free yourself from big wireless and switch to Mint Mobile for high-speed data and coverage on the T-Mobile 5G network. It's so well connected, I could call from anywhere. Deep from well within my bunker, where my AI-fueled robots slowly but surely toil for me, but I know for a fact I'm saving money on my phone plan. Or up above, where I'm training all of my giant Amazon female warriors who will fight in bulletproof mesh. Also, honestly, Mint Mobile's really cheap, and it's really reliable, so you should use it. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 per 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabyte hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
According to Jonathan Gray, he says the secrets have been necessary.
Sure.
He says, though a tough nut to crack, potential technology advancements may be gleaned from the non-human intelligence UAP retrievals.
Well, that's
by
what
any
Marcus
sufficiently advanced nation.
But Marcus brought up
and then used for asymmetrical warfare.
True, and then Marcus also brought up, a kind of a true thing, which is that if we do open up the backlogs to everybody to talk about this information, if we open up to the private sector, maybe something actually can get done. We're talking again about the powers of fucking capitalism, unfettered capitalism, is that if they could essentially dump private companies, you give the, we haven't given this thing to Apple yet, but I don't think if we should. I don't know if they should have that kind of power.
Those are the real world leaders.
Yeah, I know. That's what's scary. Do we trust them?
No,
I don't think so, because we can't choose them, but we also can't choose the people that we chose. We can't trust the government, and then the intelligence community. You also can't trust them. We didn't choose them, so who do we trust besides me?
You got to get a shirt that says "This body runs on coffee." You're just going to have to slow it down, pal.
What do you mean?
You're just gonna have to just let it be. Let it unfurl for you. You can't push this kind of stuff, dude.
I know. I feel like it's like too big a shit. Because if you push hard, you blow the whole ring.
It doesn't work.
You blow the whole thing. I just was watching because it was one of those where this week I was like, oh, this will be silly side stories. There were some stories like, oh, this will be silly. And then this story came down. And then
it is truly utterly insane.
Well, because now there's a reporter, Ross Coulthart, that has a 7-hour interview with Grush that he's holding for a week. Everybody is now. This is the problem. Now it's this massive media event too, and you're like, I don't trust any of that. I don't trust any of the trappings around it either.
No, the more advertisements, the more money around it, the more bullshit gets in there.
Which then makes me think that this is what the intelligence community wants us to know.
Also, does it take 7 hours? Just tell me.
Well, he goes
tell
like,
me.
If you can even believe the drive here was fascinating.
Driving. See, this is the problem.
I was going to take the Highway 45, but instead I took a State Route 49.
Ken Burns it because he is that beautiful narrator.
Manchester,
no
Alabama.
one sounds like that.
I went through New York, California. I went all the way through Paris, Nevada.
Did you see an alien or not?
Aren't we all aliens to each other? You know what I mean? Like it starts that. But that's, again, remember, not alien, exotic. Don't know what it means. We also don't know whether or not this shit is very, very old or if this stuff's very, very new. That's the other thing is that, but they all are pointing to
it can't be
Roswell was the beginning of all this. And you know what started Roswell? The Manhattan Project, which is why
it all comes together.
While Marcus is doing so much hard work on the history series, my plan is, as it goes, is to completely just destroy all his work, sandbag the hours of work by connecting it back to Roswell. But guess what? I might be fucking right.
Well, you just might be.
You might need to bet on me, fuckers.
Well, I'll be here. Make sure the friendship doesn't totally dissolve.
He's looking for the distraction.
Into utter chaos. Well, in a serious note as well, just briefly, I just think this story is insane. Out of Cleveland, nearly 30 kids have been missing. We talked about it on Open Lines yesterday during a Missing People episode.
So sad.
According to Police Chief John Majoy, he's never seen anything like this in 33 years. They're black kids, 12 to 17 years old. They are gone. And a lot of people are saying they ran away, but kids don't run away. This is what the police chief had to say. He says there's always peaks and valleys with missing persons, but this year it seems like an extraordinary year.
Oh, yeah. And there's another sad piece of news when it says Cleveland has reported, this is from Forbes, has reported an alarming increase in missing children. But although the available data makes it unclear just how big of an increase it is over previous years.
It's horrifying.
It's really fucked up.
So this is, human trafficking, human sex trade, the people that go under the radar, people fall through the cracks. Just want to highlight that a little bit.
Yes.
I have no idea. They didn't run away. Maybe one, but kids just don't run away.
No, not in a group. Unless because a lot of times they run away in a group and they show up someplace else because they're stopping an evil clown.
Oh yeah,
they have to do something like that.
I'm Pennywise. Also, just lastly, the sheriff, he does say that they don't know if this is a trafficking thing, a gang activity, or drug related, but it's just very scary. So if you are in Cleveland, be very safe. Also, you know what was weird? They didn't put an Amber Alert out for any of these.
Not if there's too many of them. That's the problem, I guess.
Put multiple Amber Alerts
I feel like they put one Amber Alert, like, there's 30 of them.
Doesn't this seem like...
We'll just let the one do it all.
This is Pennywise,
No, it's very bad, dude.
This is Pennywise.
It's extremely sad.
Check the sewers for balloons.
I would also, if you're interested in stories like this that are extremely sad, but also really intense, here on Side Stories, we covered a lot of the quote-unquote real story behind the orphan film, Natalia Grace.
Oh, yeah.
But you should watch this Discovery Plus. This story, I forget what the name of it is. Discovery Plus, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. Michael Barnett, that was her adoptive father, and Christine Barnett, they are, the twists and turns of this story are absolutely fucked up. Yes, Natalia Grace was, she was sort of she got to be a problem wherever she was, but largely was to do with the fact that she was extremely abused and she was tossed around by super shady Ukrainian, like weird ass, like child services that allowed a 6-year-old that was probably 15, allowed them to kind of go through all of these systems. It is a wild story and it's not good.
Weird. Yeah.
It's not good. But Natalia Grace was at some point, like if there was a part of me, if you moved the Warwick Davis's Leprechaun character to a nice like apartment complex somewhere, like in like where they did it in Indiana, the first one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like one person became a locus of chaos around a bunch of people because basically Natalia Grace took the abuse that she suffered and then kind of spread it about amongst a bunch of people.
Absolutely. The curious case of Natalia Grace. Natalia Speaks.
It's a crazy story. And that poor girl, I feel a lot for Natalia Grace. She needed a lot of help.
She says, this is my side of the story, and I'm going to say what happened because I never get a chance to say what happened. That's really interesting.
Harrowing. The father is one of the shadiest humans in documentary history.
The adopted father?
Oh, yeah, dude. It has a full Jinx moment. It has a bunch of stuff because they are weirdos because the adoptive father is trying to fully throw Natalia Grace under the bus. But now there's a lot of shit that's coming up that's showing that they really abused that little girl during a period of time. And yes, when he got her, he did get her legally aged to 22. She was probably 14 years old.
Yeah, how do they do that? Like rings on a tree? How the fuck?
You find the right shithead judge in the right shithead Indiana court circuit, which is just complete. It is the work.
Anywhere.
Not to be anything. I mean, you know, we have our listeners in Indiana, but you know things are everywhere. Things are fucked up there right now. And they basically went to a guy who just didn't give a shit. Just basically just didn't give a shit. Passed it all. Declared a child 22 years old and then just unleashed that child on a neighborhood. They basically then just moved her around to a bunch of places where she literally probably physically couldn't change her clothes or take care of herself or operate a stove. So she used to break into people's homes and steal their food, steal their alcohol, get hypersexual with the little boys. Like that's all the weird shit where like they'd find Natalia Grace out playing with all the kids in the neighborhood and try to take their pants off and shit. Real weird because she was all messed up.
Well, it seems like, you know what? Seems like there's a lot to unpack there.
I actually feel like that case is even more complicated than the UFO case.
It might be. Also, Leprechaun, as long as you don't steal his gold, I think he'd be a fine bunkie.
Just let him have his gold.
All right. Well, speaking of children and cool pastors, cool church. Look at this.
You want to
piece
go
of
right
shit.
to this really great story.
Of course
good.
I do.
Keep it really.
Because these people are the ones on the front lines protesting outside of drag shows, and they're the real perverts themselves.
Always.
South Carolina youth pastor accused of filming girls in his church because the church for some reason.
They were singing in the choir? Or?
No, when they were showering. Because you know how sweaty you get after you do 12, 13 laps in the church.
It's just praising Christ.
Why does a church have a shower?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I invite a pastor over to watch me shower once a week, but that's just because that's his punishment. He's on parole.
Yeah, this guy looks like...
And so I feel like that's a really good idea. I think that we should do for every pastor that is on parole for some form of like child crime or stuff, make them watch a 40-year-old man shower.
Oh, God.
Watch him. Fully shower, just like put on my antifungal nail polish, watch me shit. Like you'd be like, yeah, you like it? Yeah, getting horny for it.
Well, a former South Carolina youth pastor, again, he was arrested and charged last week on accusations. He videotaped at least 6 girls young as 14 years old. The guy's name is Daniel Kellen Mayfield. He looks like someone who doesn't agree with Hitler, just loves the way he looks.
He just loves, he has a Nazi's haircut and a pervert's mind, which I guess makes him, he just needs to go away. I hate this fucking cool pastor look.
Oh, it's always the worst. He looks like he was at Charlottesville marching about blood and soil. The man's a total fucking piece of shit. This is according to a parent. They say he took advantage of them in a vulnerable situation, and this is not just a one-time deal. It seems to be going on much longer. We don't feel like he needs to be released for any reason. Again, there is something worse about this man's position of power, putting himself in that position, knowing exactly what he was going to do, and videotaping these young girls. So this guy, if there's fucking douchebag of the week, it's Daniel Kellen Mayfield. Again, there's something so predatory about putting yourself in that position, and it's just so disgusting because the people, the 14-year-olds that go to, like, people don't go to church when things are going great, so oftentimes they just take advantage of people at their lowest.
But I feel like it's a really good awareness we've been doing.
Yeah,
Kissel, like honestly, we're helping bring justice, but let's celebrate one great American as well.
Sure,
Stoneman Willie.
Who the heck is Stoneman Willie?
One of America's oldest mummies. And he's finally being allowed to be buried.
Wait, why didn't they bury him?
Oh.
Isn't being mummified kind of being buried?
No, because he's on the road.
What?
Reading, Pennsylvania. Now, this is officials with All Man Funeral Home in Reading.
Wait, it's called the All Man.
It's AUMAN. So All Man.
Oh, okay.
Funeral home.
That's the sound you make when your friend dies.
Oh, man. Stone Man Willie finally going to sleep.
Oh.
See, Stone Man Willie is one of America's oldest mummies, but he's a real daddy to this community. He's a century-plus resident of the funeral home. Now, you're going to hear his story. Now, there's now an opportunity to go see him this year before they bury him. So remember, this is this year. So you get to Reading. You got to get to Reading. It is the 275th anniversary of Reading, Pennsylvania. And he is going to be the featured guest at the parade, October 1st. And then October 2nd through October 6th, he is going to be opportunity. You can go say hello to Stone Man Willie.
Oh.
He's going to be dressed in period dress for some reason, which is kind of disgusting.
No, he's a mummy.
No, because I do wish they had put him in like a bussin' outfit, like with the big, like, the 90s, like thin glasses and the bucket hat.
I could see that.
But no, they're doing old timey, and so
they're dressing. Who is in charge of dressing the mummy?
The
this is
most
going to unleash
morbid
some
man
new
who's
disease.
Ever, who knows?
This is going to unleash. Have we not watched the Brendan Fraser vehicle?
Dude,
come on.
He's been rocking it. He's just been hanging out in the lobby this whole time. He's been around. Now
Well, then why are they burying him now?
Because it's the 275th anniversary, and they're trying to make some heat. That's literally why they're doing it. So people are now. So this is according to.
They shouldn't bury him.
According to Kyle Blankenbiller, the funeral director, people who are now in their 70s and 80s remember coming here as elementary school children to view him because he has been on display since 1895.
Willie, you know why he would. Willie, in 1895, he was arrested for petty theft.
But then he wouldn't give his name, right? He said, it's like, my name's William Penn, because he was like saying John Doe in Pennsylvania.
And then 2 days later in jail, he died because they killed him.
No. He just dropped dead.
He dropped dead.
Well, yeah.
He dropped dead.
I actually trust 1895 cops more than I trust them now. You know what I mean?
I don't
but
know.
No, this is back when it was more like wardens or whatever. But no, they said that the guy, Mr. Allman, the original Mr. Allman.
Yeah.
He got this opportunity. He got a fresh dead guy. They sent over to the funeral, right? And man was like, so you mean to tell me this sucker ain't got no family?
I'm not sure about the interpretation of the All Man there.
And they were like, no, he wasn't. And so to experiment, All Man decided, I want to see if I could make a mummy my own damn self. And that's what he did.
Very good.
He just made him a mummy, and then he's just been hanging out for fucking 100+ years.
Well, this place is about to be exceptionally haunted. Because first of all, he's a criminal.
Been there. His ghost doesn't need haunted.
Because
his body is there. Yeah,
he's happy to be seen.
Oh, he's hanging out.
He's a criminal,
socialized.
But now he's going to be
just
buried.
A thief. That's not that bad.
Now he's going to be buried. You know how horrible that's going to be? He went from the living room to the goddamn beneath the floorboards.
I feel like that's why Tina Turner went when she went. The show was over.
Well, her husband took care of her.
She really did. He really did.
That.
She deserved every moment of peace in Sweden.
I saw Oprah.
Switzerland? She went to either one of those. And people get on me all the time for not knowing the difference between them, but I don't.
No, because we'll never be able to escape to a castle because we've had enough of humanity. I might be able to go to Florida.
You might be able to.
Yeah. Which will be good. But her husband really did take care of her. Oprah and Gail were talking about what a great husband he was. Apparently she had a lot of health issues towards the end. So now, do you want to be Tina Turner?
I do.
Okay.
Just to be that so beloved. Those legs.
I know. What an icon. But then they ruined it. They ruined it.
Who ruined it?
People ruined it. She got sick of people.
Well, she just got done.
Lizzo's getting sick of people too. And Lizzo says, you better stop talking about my weight. I'm going to be done singing.
She needs to get off social media because fuck all this. You make the music. People love what you do. You already got the edification. You got full crowds. Everybody loves you. You don't fucking need these goddamn haters. Tina Turner went there because she said that she gave enough of her life to others. And she wanted to live the rest of her life for herself. But
they took everything plus more.
She dealt with Ike. Which is the saddest of all.
I know. What an asshole. He didn't have to be that mean.
He didn't have to be that mean.
No, he didn't.
The only beat he should have been involved with was the backbone of rock and roll. Now, I feel
wow. Really, really good stuff there.
Live from your grave.
The first few weeks back at school set the tone for the rest of the year. iExcel helps kids build confidence and get up to speed fast. iExcel is an award-winning learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning. whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. We know our little Carmelita is doing extremely well in chemistry, to the point where we're almost concerned. Her experiments are taking her to the edge of knowledge and bringing her to questions of not whether she can do what she wants to do, but whether she should. And Wendy's learning a lot about the Civil War. And from pre-K through 12th grade, IXL offers personalized interactive learning that adapts to each child's level and pace. Like it balances Wendy's love of chicken with her love of the Civil War. But it's still wonderful what IXL helps her to get leaps and bounds beyond the other children at school. IXL is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the United States. 96 of the top 100! Studies show kids who use IXL score higher on tests, and also higher on whether or not they're going to get any snackies after their main dinner. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And Last Podcast on the Left listeners can get exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXL.com/left. Visit IXL.com/left to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price. Most of us picked a bank at 16 and never looked back. Sound familiar? That's where Chime comes in. They're not like traditional old banks who charge fees and gatekeep perks and rewards. Chime offers the most rewarding, fee-free banking, all with no overdraft fees, no monthly fees, no minimum balance fees. You get 5% cash back on Chime Card in a category of choice, like gas or groceries, all while building credit through regular, everyday spending with no credit check. And you can also grow your money faster with a savings rate that's 9 times the national average. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free with America's #1 choice for banking. Head to chime.com/left. That is chime.com/left. Sign up now. It only takes a few minutes. Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services and Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Qualifying direct deposits required. Terms and limits apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details. In the United States of America, there's a break-in every 26 seconds. That means somewhere, right now, an intruder is getting closer. The problem is most security systems only alert you after a break-in has already started. That's too late. Choose SimpliSafe to secure your home. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and advanced AI alerts, SimpliSafe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them, stopping crimes before it starts. That's real peace of mind. They've got a really great security system that makes sure people don't get in your house or it makes a big noise. And to me, that's a big deal for me, is that it protects all of our yelling with a siren in our studio, which is one of the most important things that can be protected. I don't care if thieves come and kidnap us. I don't care if marauders come and steal our staff and bring them to another country against their will. As long as our words aren't affected, as long as our precious data isn't affected. And SimpliSafe does that. And for that, I say, God bless you, SimpliSafe. God bless you. God bless you, SimpliSafe. God bless you. Experience greater peace of mind with SimpliSafe, now available with an exclusive discount for our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplisafe.com/LPOTL. That's half off at simplisafe.com/LPOTL. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. And you see the one with the Tennessee woman who tried to, again, another fake hitman, never do it. And this one was, she went to a place called, she tried to get a fake hitman, right, from a website called Online Killers Market. Again, how many of these have to come out? How many? But it was because she had met a dude on a dating site, right? Which I know you like, this has got to be a thing for single people. Because it's true. At some point on a dating site, or when you're single, you're dating like 5 people, or you're dating around, right? You're doing some things, right? And then kind of like at some point, sometimes, one of them horses pulls to the top of the race.
I guess
right? And you're like, I like Dave more. I like the fact that I like his choice of underwear, and I like how his house is close to the train.
That's really whatever it takes.
Something happens, right? You choose.
Everyone's like, love. It's so like scientific or whatever. It's all fucking. You close to me. Great.
Well, sometimes, but you hope. That's when it works best. That's when it works best, I think, is when it does work into a life that is you were already living, blah, blah, blah. But this woman said that she was dating a dude while they were single. And then finally he came forward. He said, hey. And this guy was truly like on the level because they do long hikes together. And eventually he said...
does that mean he's on the level?
Well, they used to hang out.
Many people go missing on hikes?
But no, the dude finally said to her, he's like, listen, I've enjoyed the time I've been spending with you, to this young woman, Melody Sasser. But I met somebody else. I'm getting really serious with this person. I'm going with them.
Does somebody get murdered in this story?
Well, no. She immediately goes to Online Killers Market to hire a hitman to try to kill the new woman that has, quote unquote, stolen her man.
Well, maybe it's best that he ended that when he did.
It is crazy. She went under the pseudonym Cat Tree. To post her hit order on the website.
It's not Uber Eats. You can't. How many times? I know. It's not a hitman.
It's not. And here,
you got to do it
Sasser,
yourself.
It needs to seem random or an accident or plant drugs. I do not want a long investigation. This is what Sasser says.
What drug? Wait, or plant drugs. What? And I've shot you. Here's my fingerprints.
Not the hitman. That's your fucking job.
Here's a little Ritalin.
My job is I fuck everything up for everybody else, and I pay you to clean it out. All right? So you do the killing, I do the second.
At least Lori Vallow killed the kids herself.
Yeah, at least she had the responsibility. No, she didn't.
Did have her brother.
It was probably her brother and Chad Daybell who probably did it. So she went. She said that she needed this. She went to the website. Before she did this, she showed up unannounced at the dude's new house. So she went and stalked him. He moved in a new house. The woman moved in with him. She started showing up at the house. The authorities said that the quote, she said to them, I hope you both fall off a cliff and die.
Well, that's acceptable.
And she found out they sure, absolutely, but keep it online.
Right,
keep it to an online
fall off a cliff and die, and then you block.
Yeah, then you get.
But it seems like she did more than that.
Then the cars got fucked up. They said the cars were getting all scratched up. Then they were getting a bunch of calls from untraceable numbers. She was buying burner phones, right? And then she would show up at her match's wife house and where she worked, right? So the new match, right? Her friend, her ex-boyfriend, quote unquote, barely boyfriend's new wife. She would start showing up at her work. And the way she figured out how to do that was she became friends with her. So this is these weird things, right?
Right. Well, so scared me.
The girl's got a fitness, the victim had a fitness tracking app called Strava that Sasser, the one who's trying to get the hitman to kill this woman, signed up for so that she could friend her, so that she can basically get the openly shared location data from the app
that's a good idea.
Figure out where she was working out so she could figure out where to tell the hitman to go.
Well, there you go. So don't get that.
I have waited for 2 months and 11 days, and the job is not yet completed.
Well, I don't think the
What is the delay? When will it be done? This is heard like this when I was talking to my contractor.
I don't think it's going to happen there, ma'am. I never understood it counts how many steps that I take, and it also counts everywhere that I am and has every single thing that's important to me biologically dated, and now it's up in the cloud. But I get to know how many steps I've taken.
Right, see, this thing, man. That's the thing.
I take a bunch of steps.
All I know is that every step I take is just the first step on a 1,000-mile journey to the future.
Step by step. 2 heroes this week.
Whoa! I guess we need him, Kissel. We need them heroes.
Taste by Spellbound. It's a bakery in Avon. Well, it turns out that this bakery was so goddamn good that a big old bear had to break in and eat 60 cupcakes.
That was a cute little guy.
Isn't that funny? So the bakery explained to the staff member they were placing the items in the shop's loading garage when she saw a bear in the garage. She ran into the kitchen as fast as she could and slammed the door that goes into the loading area and held it tight. The bear then moved one of the fridges in front of the door because it knew it was about to eat.
Yeah. It's good. Honestly, I'm happy for the bear.
And the bear,
do you think cupcakes make a bear sick?
I don't know, but the bear destroyed around 60 cupcakes and a bunch of coconut cake.
Wow, I love coconut
so it's
cake.
not really a hero, but it's just kind of funny.
You keep her bear seed cake.
And then this is what she wrote. She says, they are more scared of us than we are of them, but that's not true. They're bears. And then she said, we all had a good laugh about it at this point. We think the bears are cute. So there you go.
Oh, interesting. Bears, unlike cats, almost certainly have the receptor for sweet taste, and sweetness is usually a marker for food that has calories without toxicity.
And the number 2 hero of the week is this giant-ass catfish. It's
this is the real hero.
It's 9 feet. So Italian angler Alessandro Binacarde, they were really stunned when they caught this 9-foot-long catfish. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I can't imagine the meat's good. Actually, sometimes they get too big and it's not as good.
Big and they go, Shar.
It's the pro staffer at Mad Cat Fishing. He's been chasing this monster catfish for decades. So it's kind of like, I forget the movie where they're looking for the fish. Is it
Big Fish?
No, Grumpy Old Men.
Yes.
Grumpy Old Men.
Yes.
They're looking for the fish. And now he's pending the world record. And so we don't know yet. There's going to have to be some world record people that are going to have to go finger the fish, see what it's all up with it. But the fish is 23 years old. And everyone says they're really proud of him. And let's see here. Alessandro's huge kitten previous world record. Never mind. The previous record was 23 years old. I don't know how old the goddamn fish is. It's some kind of age. And
I don't know how we continue.
I don't know
how we continue without knowing how old that fish is.
Binacardi tried to do. He says, I tried gloving its mouth 2 or 3 times, but it was still so strong. I decided to go in shallow water and land it from the shore.
Gloving it? Oh, yeah, I guess you
put your hand in it.
For yeah, that sounds bad.
Well, now I don't even think we have any heroes this
Are they
week.
not throwing it back?
No, I think they're going to keep it and I think it's dead. It seems like it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's out of the water.
Once it's sleeping. You should be sleeping there.
I always say just let it live.
Yeah, you should throw it back. That's what I would say. Just let it go back. Yeah.
Why don't we do that with more goldfish? Because goldfish never stop growing. I wonder why we don't do that.
Maybe it's because they'll consume the entire ocean in a sort of weird.
You think so?
Yeah, in a thought experiment way. Yeah. Yeah. This is a world of surrealities. Yes.
I think he did safely release it, but it looks like it's dead.
Yeah, I think you could release a dead body anyway.
But isn't that funny, though? Because you think about how we talk about aliens being abducting us, but then how this fish is probably going to, if it is alive, going to go back and be like, and then they did this.
That's a Far Side cartoon.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Yes. All right. With any luck, they'll revere us as gods.
Well, I hope. They better, because someone needs to. Now, let's have some listener emails. First of all, I'm going to read this email so you can kind of just know the types of corrections that we get. So you can kind of hear sometimes, because this is very informative.
Is this going to be passive aggressive?
No.
Okay.
On this past side stories, you talked about the lady who froze to death in an Arby's freezer.
Yes, we did.
You also mentioned that the roast beef is a liquid.
It is.
Now, I worked as a quality control tech at a meat processing plant that made frozen burgers as well as the Arby's roast beef. My job entailed testing the lean meat and fat that was used to make the roast, as well as in cooking the roast to check consistency, taste, and overall quality.
Can you read this with a fatter voice, please?
This is somebody who you need to know. This is a good friend. So somebody.
I don't know how I got this. I just really think that
I'd like to point out the fact that the meat product, when put into the bags, were categorically not a liquid. If anything, they were a paste-like solid.
They're liquid. That's liquid. They're viscous. You can move them around.
It was the kind of substance that was simultaneously viscous and overly sticky.
That's called liquid.
It's a small piece of the roast beef got on your clothing. This is real. This is great. If a small piece of the roast beef got on your clothing, and he still uses roast beef with quotations. He does say roast beef with quotations. So he says he got on your clothing, it would essentially work its way into the fibers and never leave. We wore frocks that were provided by the company. Yes, but I ruined at least 2 sweatshirts because the meat would come as a contact with the sleeve somehow, and no matter how many times I watched them, there would always be some pink meat matter in the material.
So you know what?
It's permanent.
This.
Yes.
This is 50-50.
It is 50-50.
Because I
just love our listeners. I love that our listeners know the actual stasis of Arby's meat.
To this man's credit, that is the viscous. Yes, it is not water. There's semblance of protein.
Actually, it is more of a paste-like solid.
But it's
like you
can squeeze it. Is
like,
toothpaste
would you call
liquid?
me liquid or a paste-like solid?
Paste-like solid. But is toothpaste liquid? It's like toothpaste. Toothpaste is liquid. Is it not?
I know. I
don't know.
All
Either
I
way,
know
it's
is
like
just
toothpaste.
the letters we're gonna get on is.
I didn't do it to Arby's. Arby's is doing that. They have done that.
Liquid. I'm looking it up. Since toothpaste is considered it's a liquid paste or gel.
So yes, so we're all right. So everyone has been proven right. I'm actually happy.
I am happy. This is called information. We're learning.
Because
we're growing.
That's the exact thing that I was describing. It's just, yes, it's not.
I know what you mean.
I'm just saying it's not hard. Like when you think of meat,
it's not meat. It's not meat. It is meat, but it's not a butt.
It's just different. You don't buy it.
Also, sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. What do you think is liquid or not? Also, sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. You know what I'd really like is you weigh in on what we were talking about the UFO story. Because I like to hear other people's opinions as well.
Truly.
But a lot of you guys have read the same material that I have, and I would love to hear somebody else's just outside of the echoing, screaming chamber that is my brain.
Absolutely.
Just somebody else. And I got one other little letter.
All right.
Now this is about the bounce house story that we covered with Marcus. Now this is intense, actually. I worked in the inflatable delivery industry for 6+ years. Inflatable delivery industry. I love it. And you guys aren't so far off. I will say that the only carny-like people in the industry are the business owners. They're essentially carnies that read a lot of entrepreneurial books and become the top dogs.
Okay.
It's a cutthroat business with brutal work and long hours. I was 17 when I started, and I worked until I was 22, and it consisted of loading up trucks at 6 a.m., delivering typically 10+ inflatables, plus concessions, tables, and chairs.
That's a lot.
Our trucks had 2 guys on it, and we were all high schoolers. You show up to the event and roll out the inflatable, typically weighing 200 pounds up to 1,000 pounds in some cases.
Yeah.
And running cords, blowing up the inflatable and staking it. Not to mention staffed events dealing with rich children who were demons. You then retrace your route and roll the inflatables and take them back to the warehouse. I got paid benefits and would usually work 12 to 14-hour days in the summer. Wow. Our boss was an interesting guy who would yell at us and dock our hours out of spite. My biggest mistake was hitting 2 cars on a narrow side street in a box truck and not just fleeing the scene. To reiterate, my boss was angry that I didn't do a hit and run. We had rival businesses in the area that would pretend to be our company and poach our clients and use my boss's identity whenever he had business interactions. Good. This man was a known con artist who fled from Florida. I'm not sure how much this is usable or makes sense, but the inflatable delivery and maintenance service is a cutthroat industry who uses ex-cons and high schoolers, which creates an odd yet incredible dynamic.
Well, I absolutely love it. Well, speaking of odd yet incredible dynamics, I do have a couple of announcements. July 9th, I'm going to be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club.
You got to check it out.
In San Diego.
He's going to fucking tell you everything. If you see that front row, he's talking about your head. He's talking about your weight. He's talking about your race.
None of that.
He's going to do, you just, come on, let him roast.
I found that people don't like my racial comedy. I don't know why.
He loves to talk about race.
Yeah. July 16th, Cobb's Comedy Club in San Fran. July 23rd.
He's bringing a scale. What? He's going to bring a scale, and if you hit a certain way, he's roasting you, buddy. He's no fan unturned. You're going to love the show, man.
Really helping move the tickets. July 23rd, Wise Guys in Vegas, and July 30th, Ontario Improv in Ontario, California. So 7/9, 7/16, 7/23, 7/30, basically every Sunday in July. Come out, and then I also have Flappers and Brea, but that's in September and in October. So come on out, celebrate my birthday month. Yes. Which is July.
Absolutely. And I also have Flappers and Brea because I have to visit a dietitian. Now, you guys are going to love my sense of humor. You're going to love the fact that I make jokes, and we all do. We all love it. Everybody here at LPN can't get enough of it, including my wife. And you are, of course, you're going to laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're with me. You're around me. I'm a pleasure to be around. All right? I don't bring up the stress. I don't talk about weird, uncomfortable stories and information during high points of your own personal vulnerabilities because I can't connect with you. Whatever, man. Get away from me.
Same sorority house Ted Bundy killed all those girls at.
It was a boy then. I was a boy then. Now I talk about the Manhattan Project and I talk about people's skin melting off. And that's what you get from me at a pool party when you ask me, hey, has something new happened to you this week? And then I info dump on a bunch of people about the Manhattan Project and then they're staring at you like you're the fucking problem.
Absolutely.
All right, live, laugh, and I'm going to fucking live like this every day.
Like this every day? Okay.
So I can't escape this.
Well, maybe take it down just one notch.
For who? For who then?
For you.
Fuck me.
For you.
I respect me the least.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for listening. Hail yourselves.
Hail,
Congratulations, everybody.
Hail me.
Thank you for listening to everything. And this Manhattan Project is going to be I can't wait.
It's very thick. It's very, very
I heard
thick.
that.
Yeah, it's good.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.